We on.
Gia, back up in this bitch. It's the 18. You already know. Let me find the stream real quick, man. I always have problems when we first get on. I gotta find the stream. But we back with the trivia. Tired of procrastinating.
J1 Pro, salute. Zay, salute. What's good with it, fam?
J1 Pro Da Vinci, what's up with it? That's the artist. He said, "What's good?" Salute to the corner. He said it's good to be in the gym. Yeah, it's a good day to be in the gym, man. Go out here and learn some of this boxing history. I'm on this good gas. I got some OG Kush, some Dosey Doe. I got some girls, some GG number 4, and I got some it's one more, some Aurora. Yeah, some Aurora. That shit supposed to be like an indica. I'm over here chilling. What you got in your gas pump over there, bro?
Shit, right now I'm on some of this Barry White, but I still got some of that and some 5150. Gil Cole, D-Lo, salute. What's good with it, fam?
Gil Cole, that's my boy. What's up with it? D-Lo, what's going down? Say Gil Cole's, man. Hey, they tripping with that pay-per-view with your boy Keith Thurman, man. Hey, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pay that $80 for Keith Thurman and Barrios, man. They tripping on that shit. Well, what's up with everybody though? If y'all want me to go ahead and get started, we can go ahead and get started. I ain't trying to hold y'all all night. D-Lo said I'm just listening tonight, too busy to keep up. Chris Ray, what's up with it? He said, don't forget to click the like because it forced the YouTube algorithm to share this video. Like, favorite, share, comment, subscribe. Thanks, absolutely.
Chris Ray, salute, bro. Appreciate you, fam.
Type of one in the chat if y'all want me to go ahead and get started. I spared y'all a little bit tonight, man. I ain't coming to this bitch with no 100 questions or nothing like that. I ain't saying I came in here with 20 either, but I ain't coming here with 100. You know what I'm saying? Gil Cole talking about Keith versus Barrios is a quality fight. Yeah, it's a quality fight, bro. I just don't think it's an $80 fight. If they want to charge the $40 or something, man, we might get out there. But I don't know about the 80, man. Had the cable bill looking crazy again. One more again. So I don't know, man. Shit, cause I really been going back and forth if I want to pay for this damn King Kong Ortiz shit. Cause I know they want $40 for that. And when they put that price out there, they pretty much letting us know that it ain't pay-per-view worthy. They just want to see if we gonna bite on it. Me and Marlo said we might get out there on that shit. But y'all type of one in the chat if y'all want me to go ahead and get started, man. I got a good mix of questions. I got some easy shit, some hard shit, some in-between shit. Historical shit. All right, I got one for Gil Cole, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump out there. First question. Who is the first African American to hold the World Welterweight Championship? And I gotta say, this one right here is according to Wikipedia. I ain't got too many of them. I actually might have got this from that Joe Gans book that I was reading. Once again, who was the first African American to hold the World Welterweight Championship? His initials are YJT, according to what I've been looking at. It's another name that y'all might come with, but according to what I was looking at, his initials are YJT. D-Lo said, I can't do the excessive pay-per-view fights no more. Yeah, I ain't trying to get out there on that shit. Every single time they tell me to jump, I say how high. You know what I'm saying? Once again, who is the first African American to hold the World Welterweight Championship? And his initials are YJT. I can think of an all-time great fighter that I expect people to shoot out there. But I'm talking about this other cat. I read up on him a little bit too. He was a pretty interesting guy. Pretty good fighter. They just mentioned him in the Joe Gans book, and I had went in and looked up his information on Google. If you don't know, go ahead and drop a 5. I think it's just probably Gil Cole's down there. So if you don't know Gil, go on drop a 5. He down there digging through the crates. Who is the first African American to hold the World Welterweight Championship? Gil Cole threw a 5 out there. That'll be Young Jack Thompson. Young Jack Thompson is his name. So 5 get the first spot. Young Jack Thompson. Next question. Who was the second African American to win the welterweight title? And this is what I expected you to guess with. Again, who was the second African American to win the welterweight championship? And his initials are HA. And I ain't laughing. I ain't talking about ha. Them his initials. All-time great fighter. Scrapbook Boxing got him ranked number 4. All time. Perpetual motion. Definitely one of the greatest fighters all time. 3-division champion. That's a hell of a hint. Bruce Gold, salute to the OG. That'll be Henry Armstrong. There's one for Bruce Gold. Good shit. Next question. Because of his chronic hand problems, where did Charlie Burnley prefer to hit heavier and thick-skulled opponents? I see you down there pulling up the rear. Marlo said he's going to get up in there too since it's kind of slow. Once again, because of his chronic hand problems, where did Charlie Burnley prefer to hit heavier and thick-skulled opponents? Gil Cole say the body, but I want you to be more specific. Give me a specific part of the body. And this is some old school shit too that you don't really see too much no more in boxing. People don't even talk about it no more. But when you read the boxing history books, they be mentioning this shit all the time. So it just made me kind of wonder, like where did it go? Bruce Gold say the solar plexus. No, sir. That's that Bob Fitzsimmons shit. That's what he used to be James Corbett, the solar plexus punch. J1 Protovici say the ribs, I guess. Gil Cole say the chest. That's pretty broad. Get a little bit more specific in the chest. King of King Boxing, salute to you, bro. Appreciate you pulling up. Because of his chronic hand problems, where did Charlie Burnley prefer to hit heavier and thick-skulled opponents? And like I said, this was pretty common with the old school fighter. One big sprue or something like that. Welcome back to the gym. He got a wrench. I don't even recognize him, but he said the liver. That's a damn good guess, but that's not what I'm talking about for this particular fighter. Bruce Gold say hook to the liver. Gil Cole say the breastplate. I guess you talking about the sternum or something. J1 Pro say the sternum. Nope. It's an organ. I'm looking for an organ, y'all. That's why I say the liver was a good guess. Gil Cole say the collarbone. It's an organ, man. It's one of your most important organs in your whole body. If you ain't got this on point, you fucked up. And they used to attack this part of the body. Gil Cole say the diaphragm. J1 Pro say the lungs. Y'all close, man. Come on, man. Okay, Gil Cole's D-Lo got that shit. That'll be the heart. Yes, the heart. That's one for D-Lo. And like I say, that's a forgotten area of the body where they used to attack people back in the day. The heart. Okay, next question. What motivated Jermail Herring to join the Marine Corps? I see y'all coming with it. Once again, what motivated Jermail Herring to join the Marine Corps? I kind of jump around with the questions and shit too. And I had actually worked on this at different times. So if I have a couple of them that repeat, just bear with me, man. Just stay on your toes. Cause I'm going to go ahead and just stay with it. So if it repeat and you already know the answer, throw that shit out there. Bruce Gold's got that shit. That'll be 9/11. So Bruce Gold's got 2 of them. He said he want to come get them 2 championships over here. That's what he said he won't. Next question. Larry Holmes turned back the hands of time and scored a unanimous decision versus what contender following his return from his second retirement? And if y'all don't throw it out, if y'all don't see it, I'll throw the initials out there. Once again, Larry Holmes turned back the hands of time and scored a unanimous decision versus what contender following his return from his second retirement? Bruce Gold's got another one. That'll be Merciless Ray Mercer. Good shit, OG. Bruce Gold's got another one. Okay, next question. What great fighter deflected from Cuba alongside Kid Chocolate in 1928 to find fights in the United States? And a lot of people like scrapbook boxing, they'll say like this guy is like one of the greatest. Hold on, I might be fucking up. But this, I swear to God, this is what I read in this goddamn book, though. But that actually ties into another question that I have. So I understand where my confusion is coming from. So this question right here is based on if you believe the rumors. You know what I'm saying? So in the next question that I have is going to address the rumor. So once again, what great fighter defected from Cuba alongside Kid Chocolate in 1928 to find fights in the United States? And I got some confusion because the way we know him is that we know him to come from Puerto Rico. But if you believe the rumors, he don't come from Puerto Rico. He actually come from Cuba and he got a different name. But give me the name of the guy that we know him as normally. And he part of the Black Murderers Row too. So think about that. If you don't know, throw a 5 out there. You ain't got to worry about it. But once again, what great fighter defected from Cuba alongside Kid Chocolate in 1928 to find fights in the United States? You know, I think I actually fucked up on this question, man. I think I fucked up on the question. I really want to go back and look at my notes and shit real quick, man. Because I think I wrote down the wrong goddamn thing. You know what? We're gonna skip past that one, y'all. We're gonna skip past that one. I think I fucked up. I think I know the right answer in my mind, but I don't want to take a chance and put the wrong shit out there. So I'm gonna go ahead and skip past this one. My bad on that one. Okay, this is the question that I was saying ties into that question. What Cuban fighter is rumored to have changed his name to Herbert Lewis Hardrick in 1930 and changed his nationality to Puerto Rican? Once again, what Cuban fighter is rumored to have changed his name to Herbert Lewis Hardrick in 1930 and changed his nationality to Puerto Rican? And his initials are JC. And it's a good chance that y'all probably won't know the answer to this shit. But his initials are JC. This is some of the in the fighter that I was talking about in the last question with Lewis, Coco, Kid, Hardrick, and this is part of the controversy that kind of surrounds him a little bit because people ain't 100% sure where he come from. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't know the answer to this question, just type a 5 and we'll keep it moving. Once again, what Cuban fighter is rumored to have changed his name to Herbert Lewis Hardrick in 1930 and changed his nationality to Puerto Rican? And his initials are JC. This is not no shit that you hear every day. I just want to put this out there so we'll learn about it. Once again, if you don't know the answer, type a 5. And we'll keep it moving. Yeah, that's not the answer to the question. That would have been the answer to the last question. Okay, I got 1-5. I'm gonna go ahead and keep it moving so we don't be wasting too much time. But his name is Juan Sapero. So the question before, when I said what great fighter defected from Cuba alongside Coco Kid, from Kid Chocolate in 1928 to find fights in the United States, the answer was Louis Coco Kid Hardrick. And that's assuming that what the next question that I asked was true. And that's what Cuban fighter is rumored to have changed his name to Herbert Louis Hardrick in 1930 and changed his nationality to Puerto Rican. And his name was Juan Sapero. So that means that the last question, it would have been Juan Sapero that defected alongside Kid Chocolate. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to get that shit out there, man. So 5 get the spot. Next question. Who did Coco Kid beat for the colored welterweight title? And his initials are YPJ. And the Y is a nickname. Once again, who did Coco Kid beat for the colored welterweight title? And his initials are YPJ. And like I said, Y is the nickname. I probably done confused every goddamn body with the last 2 questions because I damn near confused my own self. Once again, who did Coco Kid beat for the colored welterweight title? And his initials are YPJ. D-Lo got that shit. That'll be young Peter Jackson. So that's another one for D-Lo 404 Boxing. Young Peter Jackson. Good shit. Next question. What fighter went by the alias the San Francisco Flash? And his name has been mentioned today already. Once again, what fighter went by the alias the San Francisco Flash? And like I said, his name has been mentioned today. His initials are YJT. And the Y stands for young once again, but it's not the last guy that was mentioned. It ain't young Peter Jackson. What fighter went by the alias the San Francisco Flash? And his initials were YJT. Okay, J1 Pro got that shit. That'll be young Jack Thompson. So J1 Pro done got on the board. J1 Pro Da Vinci. Okay, next question. Who beat Coco Kid for the colored welterweight title? Once again, who beat Coco for the colored welterweight title? And his initials are CB. And this is one of my favorite fighters of all time. Definitely one of my favorite fighters. Once again, who beat Coco Kid for the colored welterweight title? And his initials are CB. Okay, Marlo got up in there on them boys. Charlie Burley is his name. So there's one for Marlo. Next question. Who did Jack Johnson defeat for the colored heavyweight title? And his initials are DEM. The D is the nickname. Once again, who did Jack Johnson defeat for the colored heavyweight title? And his initials are DEM, and the D is a nickname. They say this guy kind of underrated. I was listening to a live stream with Scrapbook Boxing and that Hard Line or some shit like that. They was talking about this guy. So I threw him in there in the trivia. Once again, who did Jack Johnson defeat for the colored heavyweight title? His initials are DEM. For a quarter talk, that's my boy Big Duke. Salute to you, man. Appreciate you pulling up. Hey, man, y'all subscribe to my man Fourth Quarter Talk right here. He talk fitness and stuff. He do live streams on Fridays. He do videos through the week and stuff too, you know what I'm saying? But I go over there and get on the live stream. I be on the panel. We be up there having fun, kicking and talking boxing. He's 60 subscribers away from getting monetized, you know what I'm saying? So I'd appreciate it if y'all subscribe to the man and help him reach his goal, you know what I'm saying? And appreciate Unrivaled Boxing Talk pulling up too, man. Salute to you. And he got the question right too. That'll be Denver Ed Martin. So Unrivaled Boxing Talk come in. He ain't playing no games. Unrivaled Boxing Talk in the building. That's McGregor. Next question. Who did Sam Langford defeat for the Australian heavyweight title? Once again, who did Sam Langford defeat for the Australian heavyweight title? I feel like I probably shouldn't even throw out the initials so fast. We got some heavy hitters like Bruce Gold and Unrivaled in the building. One big spruce say Frank Charles, no sir, not according to what I was reading. I can't even remember what book I got this shit out of. I've been reading a whole bunch of different books. Yeah, y'all slide on over and subscribe to my man. He cool as a fan over there too. His initials are SM, man. This is one of the greatest fighters of all time. One big sprue gave it a 5. Who did Sam Langford defeat for the Australian heavyweight title? His initials are SM, one of the greatest fighters of all time. I think I might have got this from Scrapbook Boxing Video. I'll be all over the place, man. I'll be reading books. I'll be watching documentaries. Rich, the boxing historian, I got some questions from his videos. You know what I'm saying? I'll be all over the place. But like I said, this is one of the greatest fighters of all time. A lot of the historians rank this guy number 1. Who this? Oh, no, I'm tripping. Sam Langford is one of the greatest of all time. The guy that he beat for the damn championship, they don't consider him one of the greatest of all time. But he is a real good fighter, though, and he a respected fighter. He part of that the fearsome foursome. You know what I'm saying? His initials are SM. I'm tripping, man. I'm sitting over here looking at the name Sam Langford, and I got fucked up because both of their names is Sam. But D-Lo got that shit. That'll be Sam McVeigh, the idol of Paris. That's another one for D-Lo. I'm tripping. I'm on this gas too, y'all, man. So y'all have some patience with your boy. Okay, next question. What member of the Black Murderers Row lost to Fritzy Zivic largely because he was weight drained from having to lose 10 additional pounds to secure the fight? And his initials are EB. Once again, what member of the Black Murderers Row lost to Fritzy Zivic largely because he was weight drained from having to lose 10 additional pounds to secure the fight? Bruce Gold say, Sammy ain't got no sir. His initials are EB, part of the Black Murderers Row. I know where I got this question. I got this question from the Charlie Burley book that I was reading. Unrivaled got that shit. That'll be Eddie Booker. That's another one for Unrivaled Boxing Talk. That'll be Eddie Booker. Next question. What fighter went by the alias the Fargo Express? I know this one's gonna be relatively easy right here. Once again, what fighter went by the alias the Fargo Express? And his initials are BP if he needed. Once again, what fighter alias the Fargo Express? BP or his initials? You hear the historians saying these names all the time. I got 2 questions with them type of names. Unrivaled got another one. That'll be Billy Patrol, or Patrolli, however you pronounce that shit. I think it's Patrol. Billy Patrol. That's another one for Unrivaled. Next question. One fighter went by the alias the Scotch Wop. Once again, what fighter went by the alias the Scotch Wop? I got to get my knowledge up on these type of fighters. I be in scrapbook talking about them all the time. I don't really know much about them though. What fighter went by the alias the Scotch Wop? And his initial, okay, Unrivaled got another one. That'll be Johnny Dundee. So that's another one for Unrivaled. Unrivaled come in, he don't play no games, man. Next question. who are the only two sets of brothers to each win an Olympic gold medal? And just give me the last names and just put them on the same line, and we're gonna keep it moving. Once again, who are the only two sets of brothers to each win an Olympic gold medal? Give me the last names on the same line, and we Gucci. Once again, who are the only two sets of brothers to each win an Olympic gold medal? Winston Lee, salute to you. Bruce Goes, he just gave me a dry Spinks. You got to give me the both the sets of brothers on the same line. So y'all naming one at a time. Y'all got to give me both of them at the same time. So it don't be no confusion on who got the question right. You know what I'm saying? Who are the only two sets of brothers to each win an Olympic gold medal? One Big Spruce says Spinks and the Klitschko brothers, no sir. Well, you got half of it right. I'll say that you got half of it. Gil Coles came back with the exact same answer. No sirs. Not according to what I've been reading anyway. I got the dates and the brothers. But y'all got half of it right though. D-Lo says Spinks and Yafa. I don't even know who Yafa is. I'm gonna be honest. Y'all got to go back in the day. This old school, like your pop's father. I guess he'll be old enough. Your grandfather might go back this far. Maybe. Bruce Gold say Spinks and Marquez, no sir. We got to go back in the day. Y'all halfway there with the Spinks though. The other last name start with a Z. Start with a Z, the other one. That don't leave you with too many options. Who are the only two sets of brothers to each win an Olympic gold medal? Y'all got one, and the other one last name start with a Z. Lala D, the queen, has stepped up in the building. She said, Trex, I'm just listening. Thank you. It's all good. Okay, D-Lo got that shit. That'll be the Spinks brothers in 1976 and the Zivic brothers in 1928. So that's another one for D-Lo 404 boxing.
Jam. Salute, Sid. Winston Lee, salute. Unrivaled, salute. What's good with it? One big sprue. Salute, fam.
Okay, next question. Who did Harry Smith defeat for the colored middleweight championship? And his initials are JM. Once again, who did Harry Smith defeat for the colored middleweight championship? And his initials are JM. We didn't mention this fighter in the trivia a few times. He ain't been mentioned today, but somebody else with his exact same last name has been mentioned today, though. His initials are JM. Who did Harry Smith defeat for the colored middleweight championship? And his initials are JM. JM are his initials. I thought Lala D will probably get this one right, actually. Unrivaled Boxing Talk got another one. That'll be Jack McVeigh. He right in front of you, D-Lo. So that's another one for Unrivaled. Jack McVeigh. Next question. Who did Mickey Walker defeat for the middleweight championship? Marlo say Jam Master J. Once again, who did Mickey Walker defeat for the middleweight championship? And his initials start with a TF. Well, the T is his nickname. I don't even think I know his real name. Once again, who did Mickey Walker defeat for the middleweight championship? He also the first black Southpaw to win the middleweight championship. TL for his initials. Who did Mickey Walker defeat for the middleweight championship? And his initials are TF. I thought this would be like a race for the keys right here. They said, shit, these questions kind of hard. On Rival Boxing Talk, got another one. It seems like he's trying to be merciful. I know this type of question easy as fuck for him. That's another one for on Rival. That'll be Tiger Flowers. Tiger Flowers was the first black middleweight champion. Okay, next question. What fighter is said to have thumbed Harry Graves' eye, which ultimately led to Graves' death? Once again, what fighter is said to have thumbed Harry Graves' eye, which ultimately led to Graves' death? On the operating table. Rival said he wanted to be fair. Now, hey, we don't have no rest for the weary around here. Shit, if you got the advantage, we stomp a mud hole on the corner. Shit, stomp a mud hole. Don't even worry about it. Once again, what fighter is said to have thumbed Harry Graves' eye, which ultimately led to Graves' death? And his initials, okay, on Rival got another one. That'd be Kid Norfolk. Kid Norfolk. I got a couple of questions coming up that might give you a little bit of a challenge. Okay, next question. What fighter ultimately took the lightweight title from Lou Ambers for good? I see y'all down there. Once again, what fighter ultimately took the lightweight title from Lou Ambers for good? You know Lou Ambers will lose it and then win it back. His initials are LJ, if you need it. Again, what fighter ultimately took the lightweight title from Lou Ambers for good? And his initials are LJ. Bruce Gold say Henry Armstrong. I think he beat Henry Armstrong in a rematch, if I ain't mistaken. I might be wrong about that, but I know that wasn't for good though. But he came back with the right answer. That'll be Bruce Gold. That's Lou Jenkins. Lou Jenkins. Next question. What strategy did Charlie Burley employ in his third fight versus Fritzy Zivic? And this might not even be a good question, but I just like the information, so I asked it anyway. But once again, what strategy did Charlie Burley employ in his third fight versus Fritzy Zivic? Salute to my boy Derek Bailey. What's going down? Rival say the shoulder roll. No, that's not what I'm speaking of right here.
Oh, hey, Derek Bailey, since you in here, y'all see them results? Y'all see them results on the Champ Ross? Yeah, representing that
Yeah,
thing.
I forgot about this shit. I forgot about that. Yeah, Trey X was number 2 and Marlo was number 3 on them boys this week. You know what I'm saying? Once again, what strategy did Charlie Burley employ in his third fight versus Fritzy Zivic? Winston Lee said a 45-degree punch on the motherfucker. Damn, how can I give a hint? I'm trying to think of a hint I can give. But it is something about this fight that stands out. What he did in this fight is something that Barney Ross uses, and it's also something that Joe Brown uses in their fights, but he did it on another level. Okay, Unrival said kept a jab in his face. I'm gonna go ahead and give it to Unrival. And what I was trying to say is, hold on, let me find it real quick. It was lead hand education because he only threw 6 right hands in the entire fight. You know what I'm saying? So he was keeping a jab in his face. He was hooking off the jab. He able to throw combination with the same hand, take that jab and turn it into an uppercut and come back with a hook all with the same hand. Lead hand education, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get that to Unrival. Okay, let me find, hold on where I'm at. Okay, next question. What great fighter took over the management role for Holman Williams? Once again, what great fighter took over the management role for Holman Williams? One Big Spruce say 2 out of 3. Yeah, he beat him. He beat him 2 out of 3. He lost that first one because Fritzy Zivic was fighting dirty, and then he came back and outclassed him in the second and the third fights. You know what I'm saying? Charlie Burley on the board. Once again, what great fighter took over the management role for Holman Williams? His initials are JL. And I ain't get it wrong this time. He is truly a great fighter. I was saying Sam McVay was a great fighter, but hell, it ain't like he ain't a great fighter. He just ain't as great as I was saying, because I was saying he was one of the greatest of all time. But he definitely up there, though. He was a hell of a fighter. But this guy right here, is a real great fighter. And his initials are JL. What great fighter took over the management role for Holman Williams? Winston Lee said he's going to plead the fifth. If I get one more 5, we're going to keep it moving. Okay, Bruce Gold's got another one. That'll be the great Joe Louis. The great Joe Louis. Next question. What legendary trainer claimed that Charlie Burley and Holman Williams were the 2 best fighters he ever witnessed? Once again, what legendary trainer claimed that Charlie Burley and Holman Williams were the 2 best fighters he ever witnessed? Miss Lexton stopped through. What's up with it? She said, happy holidays. Same to you. Once again,
happy holidays.
Unrivaled got another one. That'll be the great Eddie Futch. That's another one for Unrivaled. Yes, sir. Next question. Who did Charlie Burley defeat for the colored middleweight championship? And his initials are NB. This ain't a fighter that you hear every day. Once again, who did Charlie Burley defeat for the colored middleweight championship? And his initials are NB. And like I said, this is not a fighter that you hear about every day. So if you know that shit off the top on Rival, go ahead and come on with it. So we ain't got to sit around all day. Who did Charlie Burley defeat for the color middleweight championship? And his initials are NB. I know to the historians, it ain't no big deal. They probably know all about this guy, but I just found out about him. They was really mentioning a bunch of fighters that I never heard of. I was like, damn, man, there's just so much history when it comes to this sport. But once again, who did Charlie Burley defeat for the color middleweight championship? And his initials are NB. Antonio Ariano, what's up with it? So Marlo Trey, what's good? How about that late show? Salute to you.
Salute, man. They looking kind of weak right now.
One Big Spruce said Unrivaled is only tonight. Unrivaled, I don't think he ever lost in here. That motherfucker undefeated. He done went against some hard hitters. Gil Cole's got that shit. That's my boy. That's Nate Bolden. Nate Bolden is his name. That's one for Gil Cole. Good shit on that. Okay, next question. What extremely muscular heavyweight had a 6'3" combination he called his pulpwood punch? And his initials are CW. Once again, what extremely muscular heavyweight had a 6'3" combination he called his pulpwood punch? And his initials are CW. That motherfucker was cut up too. I looked at a documentary about it. That's where I got the question from. Once again, what extremely muscular heavyweight had a 6'3" combination he called his pulpwood punch? McGregor said he just got back. Gil Cole's got that shit. That'll be Cleveland Williams. So that's another one for Gil Cole's. Cleveland Williams. Good shit. I watched a documentary and they talked about how he got shot in the stomach and he came back to boxing. So that made me real impressed with him. Next question. What fighter was the first colored light heavyweight champion? Once again, what fighter was the first colored light heavyweight champion? And his initials are LA. Again, what fighter was the first colored light heavyweight champion? And his initials are LA. This is another one of them fighters that I came across. There, Bailey said Cleveland got shot with a 4-4. Okay, I ain't know nothing about the gun he got shot with. They say he got shot in the stomach and got some major surgery. And the doctor said that he wasn't gonna never fight again. And shit, he got back in there. Ended up fighting Muhammad Ali. J1 Pro Da Vinci got that shit. That'll be Lee Anderson. So that's another one for J1 Pro Da Vinci. Lee Anderson. I learned that one from Scrapbook and the other guy. I think his name was Hardline or something. I can't even remember, man. But next question. This one here kind of different. Tell me where these rap lyrics come from. Tell me the song, or tell me the person, or tell me the group that these rap lyrics come from. Okay, look. I throw a screwball and strike out the MC, and if he tempts me, I knock him out like Jack Dempsey. Once again, name the origin of these rap lyrics. I throw a screwball and strike out the MC, and if he tempts me, I knock him out like Jack Dempsey. Rival gave me a 5 already. You know, I got to change it up a little bit from time to time. You know what I'm saying? Just to throw some shit out there. A lot of people like hip hop. Marlo say LL Cool J, no sir. That's a pretty good guess though, because he be having them type of lyrics. I had looked at a list with boxing rap lyrics, and he definitely was on it. Once again, I throw a screwball and strike out the MC, and if he tempts me, I knock him out like Jack Dempsey. That's King of King Boxing got that shit. That's Das Effects. And the name of the song is Real Hip Hop. So that's one for King of King. I like them lyrics though. If he tempts me, I knock him out like Jack Dempsey. Okay, next question. What is a synonym for the word hook in boxing? And if you listen to my boxing commentary, you should know the answer to this. But once again, what is a synonym for the word hook in boxing? And it's a certain word that I'm looking for. Marlo say the 4. I ain't talking about the number system. I'm not talking about the number system. It's a simple word that the trainers and stuff use. King of Kings said, I got the hip hop. Das Effects is the truth. He threw out a 3. I don't even know what the 3. Oh, you talking about I ain't talking about the number tree. I got confused when I saw the 3 at first. Bruce Gold say, check. This word starts with an R. This word starts with an R. This word starts with an R. And especially used when the hook is going to the body. You know what I'm saying? So like your coach might be like, 1-2 left rip. Oh, my bad. I just gave the damn answer. So the first person to say it, man, y'all, I'm gonna give y'all the points because I just said the fucking answer with my high ass on this fucking dosey though. Gil Cole's got that shit. That's a rip, man. That's why I be like I say he ripping shots of the body. That means that he throwing hooking and looping type of shots. You know what I'm saying? But Gil Cole's got that shit. And like I said, your coach he'll be like, distract him with the 1-2 and throw that left rip on his ass. And that means the left hook to the body. Okay, next question. What is a synonym for the word uppercut in boxing? And I would not be making the same mistake again. Once again, what is a synonym for the word uppercut in boxing? Again, what is a synonym for the word uppercut in boxing? The word that I'm looking for starts with a D. That's what the old school trainers used to call it. So that's what I call it. That's why y'all don't never hear me call a looping right a right hook. Because that's not what the old school trainers called it. You know what I'm saying? They called it a looping right. If you're a southpaw, you throw right hooks and looping lefts. You know what I'm saying? But once again, what is a synonym for the word uppercut in boxing? And this word starts with a D. King of King Boxing say, ding, you close? You real close with that word. Just clean it up a little bit and come back with it. You real close. What is a synonym for the word uppercut in boxing? Rival said, I feel like I'm doing an English test. Well, you know, we got boxing lingo. I like for people to know the boxing lingo. It just make me feel like we more connected with the old school trainers and shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are J1 Pro Da Vinci say, Doc, no sir. King of King Boxing is the closest right now. If y'all take that word that King of King put out there and tweak it, you got the right answer. Just tweak that word that King of King got. Bruce Gold say dunk. Have y'all ever heard somebody say dunk in boxing, man? Y'all done heard the word before. Y'all just didn't think about it. Y'all didn't think about what it was. You know what I'm saying? I don't really say it as much in my commentary because I'll be going so fast. I'll be kind of forgetting. But yeah, your coach will call this out though. Just like the last question I said, the left rip, it'd be something like that. Think about the whole punch tree. What is a synonym for the word uppercut in boxing? And the word starts with a D. And if y'all don't want to stay on the same question for a long time, y'all could type a 5. I think one more 5 will get it because oh no, man. I need 2 5. Give me 2 5s and we gone. What is a synonym for the word uppercut in boxing? Rival gave me a 5. Let me get one more 5 and we gone. We gone. Snap my finger like Thanos. We gone. Gil Coles gave me a 5. That's a dig, man. Come on, y'all. Left dig to the body, right dig to the body. So the looping and hooking shots is called rips. In the uppercut shots are called digs. Like, come on, y'all. Okay, we got a 5 in that spot right there. Okay, next question. What was the name of Jersey Joe Walcott's signature move? J1 Pro say, who's Derek Bailey? Right. Yeah, come on, y'all, man. Y'all have heard that shit a million times, but you just probably wasn't paying attention to it. You know what I'm saying? But once again, what was the name of Jersey Joe Walcott's signature move? On Rival say a dig is a punch. A dig is specifically an uppercut. And I got in the shit that I get, I'm talking about, I got this from Curtis Cokes and his brother Ernest Cokes. Everything that I say as far as my boxing lingo, that's where I got it from. Curtis Cokes and Ernest Cokes. They call a dig a uppercut, specifically when it goes to the body. Okay, what was the name of Jersey Joe Walcott's signature move? Bruce Gold say the shuffle. It had a specific name to it. It had a specific little name. And it was very effective too. What was the name of Jersey Joe Walcott's signature move? And it starts with a W. What was the name of Jersey Joe Walcott's signature move? And it starts with a W. Eric Cooper said, Trey, put up some film of some of your old fights if you have some on deck, bro. Would love to see it. Shit, I was fighting back in the day before we had cell phones and all that kind of stuff for everything to be recorded. It was only one time I had one of my fights recorded. One of my partner's moms had brought a camcorder to the fight and she recorded and I got a chance to see myself. But otherwise, all I got is some sparring on the old iPhone 1. If I can dig that motherfucker up and get the shit off of there, I wouldn't mind posting it online because I was already thinking about it. I was a little bit older on there though. On this footage right here, I'm about 26 or 27 years old or something. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna give this shit to I'm gonna give it to Derek Bailey. I'm gonna give it to Derek Bailey. The term that they used in the book that I was reading, it was called the Walkerway. And that's the book that I told y'all Gil Coles had knocked off for me. He had knocked off a Jersey Joe Walcott book for me, but they called it the Walkerway in this book. So I'm gonna give it to Derek Bailey. Good shit, my brother. Okay, next question. What fighter went by the alias the Quaker City Terror? And his initials are LT. Once again, what fighter went by the alias the Quaker City Terror? And his initials were LT. This is one of them fighters that's kind of forgotten and he don't get the attention and the recognition that he deserves. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna go ahead and bring his name up a little bit tonight. They don't have a lot of information out there about him. I had looked at some stuff on Google, but it wasn't a whole lot though. Once again, what fighter went by the alias the Quaker City Terror? And his initials were LT. It's not a fighter that you hear about every day. But if you are a fan of scrapbook boxing videos, you have definitely heard this name on scrapbook videos. What fighter went by the alias the Quaker City Terror? And his initials were LT. Let me get some guesses out there. If y'all don't know, just shoot a 5. I'm pretty sure somebody might be going to Google though. Quaker City Terror. Matter of fact, I got this question. If I'm not mistaken, I might have got this one out this Joe Gans book that I was reading. And them the last 2 books that I read. I read a Joe Gans book and I read a Jersey Joe Walcott book. But these questions that I'm asking y'all, they coming from like a variety. You know what I'm saying? Gil Cole's got this shit. That'll be Larry Temple. So that's another one for Gil Coles. Larry Temple. Next question. Who is the only man to stop Sugar Ray Robinson? The long, illustrious career of Sugar Ray Robinson, he only lost by stoppage to one man. So who is the only fighter to stop Sugar Ray Robinson? It's probably a race for the keys right here. His initials are JM. Once again, who is the only man to stop Sugar Ray Robinson? On Rival Boxing Talk got another one. That'll be Joey Maxim. That's another one for Unrival. Next question. What fighter gained the nickname What fighter gained the nickname Cleveland Spider-Man because of his unusually long arms? He was 5'9" with a 76-inch reach. So that's like a 6'4" man's reach, and he was only 5'9". But once again, what fighter gained the nickname Cleveland Spider-Man because of his unusually long arms? And his initials are JB. I always be talking about this guy long ass arms because whenever I saw him fight Archie Moore and a couple of other guys, I was like, God damn, this dude arms is long. He had beat Charlie Burley too. J1 Pro Da Vinci got that shit. That'd be Jimmy Bivens. J1 Pro got it first. Jimmy Bivens, 5'9" with a 76-inch reach, but that's according to BoxRec right there, though. Okay, next question. What was hold on? This right here I got this out of one of them damn books that I was reading too. But listen, what was Violent Elmer Ray's profession before he got into boxing? I'm trying to think which one. Oh yeah, this definitely came from the book I just read. This is the Jersey Joe Walcott book. What was Violent Elmer Ray's profession before he got into boxing? King of Kings said he got that shit first. I got J1 Pro right above you, bro. So like after the live stream and they post the chat, you can go back and you can see the order that everything came. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I got J1 Pro right above you. What was Violent Elmer Ray's profession before he got into boxing? And that's according to my Jersey Joe Walcott book that I just read. It's not a usual profession either, so that's why I asked it. If he was a fucking plumber or something, I wouldn't ask it. You know what I'm saying? So it's an unusual job. So even if it wasn't his full-time profession, I'd say what profession was he involved with that was like unusual? J1 Pro Da Vinci say Street Fighter. No, sir. It was something that you don't think about right off the top of your head. But I think he was from the Deep South, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I think he's from the Deep South. So think about the kind of shit that go on in the South. Yeah, they got a show on History Channel. J1 Pro Da Vinci say wrestler. I'm gonna go ahead and give it to you. The book said that he was an alligator wrestler. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it was specifically, according to the book I read. He was an alligator wrestler. Or at least that was an unusual job that he made money from before he got into boxing full time. Okay, next question. And this one right here kind of surprised me a little bit too. But what twist of fate ultimately separated Jersey Joe Walcott from Jack Blackburn? I done heard a lot of historians talk about this, but I never heard them say this. So some of y'all historians down there, y'all probably gonna have a fit. But this is what the book said. What twist of fate ultimately separated Jersey Joe Walcott from Jack Blackburn? And I like this explanation a little bit better because I like it paints Jack Blackburn in a better light. Because I actually asked a question before that made him look kind of fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the way that it was explained. But this right here kind of make you look at it differently. But what twist of fate ultimately separated Jersey Joe Walcott from Jack Blackburn? Bruce Gold say Joe Louis. That was part of it. But that wasn't the ultimate thing, though. You know what I'm saying? It's something that took place to go along with that. This might be kind of hard, man. So I'm probably I might get a 5 out of y'all. But Bruce goes that Joe Louis is what kicked it all off, though. You know what I'm saying? I know them ain't probably no good hints, but shit, that's the best I can do. King talking about separated at birth. Nah, they wasn't like the same age and nothing like that. You know, Jack Blackburn, that motherfucker was fighting Joe Gans and Barbados Joe Walcott and I think he was fighting Larry Temple and all them guys back in the day. Like he was fighting early in the century. You know what I'm saying? Haplotype, what's up with it, man? That's the historian. I say, what twist of fate ultimately separated Jersey Joe Walcott from Jack Blackburn? Okay, King of Kings got that shit. I don't know where you got it from, but typhoid, he caught typhoid fever. So according to the book that I read, what happened was Jack Blackburn and Jersey Joe Walcott, they both was broke as a motherfucker. And they became real cool with each other because both of them love boxing and they was down on their luck. So then Joe Louis people, they got in contact with Jack Blackburn and they told him that they would pay him $25 a week to train Joe Louis. And if he turned pro, he would get a percentage of his purses. So that was like good news. So he go and tell Jersey Joe Walcott, like, hey man, I want you to go with me. I'm about to go train this kid. They're gonna pay me $25 a week and this and that. maybe I can get you some fights too, and you can get on your feet. So Jersey Joe Walcott, he wasn't really sure if he wanted to go. So he said that he'll think about it and he'll get back with Jack Blackburn. So when he went to go think about it, he ended up catching typhoid fever and getting real fucked up and had to stay in the house. So Jack Blackburn, he left to go train Joe Louis and had to leave him behind without even hearing word back from Jersey Joe Walcott. And a lot of the other stuff that I've seen, I heard people say that he left Jersey Joe Walcott high and dry, like he just straight abandoned him to go train Joe Louis. But according to the book that I read, it was because he caught typhoid fever and he didn't get back with Jack Blackburn in time. You know what I'm saying? That's according to the book I read. So that's King of King Boxing, typhoid fever. Okay, next question. This is a tough one right here. What fighter was heavily avoided and gave Jersey Joe Walcott his first professional loss? Once again, what fighter was heavily avoided and gave Jersey Joe Walcott his first professional loss? Appetite says, see, quarantine issues are nothing new. Bruce Gold said Walcott retired because of Lewis. What you talking about after they had fought? I think they might have fought twice. The first one was a robbery. He might have got knocked out in the rematch, though. But I know that the first fight, a lot of people felt like he beat Joe Louis and he got robbed in the fight. But this fighter right here, his initials are HT. And they say that he was like a heavily avoided fighter, and he was like a black murderer's row type guy, but don't nobody really talk about him too much no more, except for the real hardcore historians, you know what I'm saying? But once again, what fighter was heavily avoided and gave Jersey Joe Walcott his first professional loss, and his initials are HT? Derek Bailey got that shit. That'd be Henry Taylor. Henry Taylor. Okay, next question. Why did Arnold Cream adopt the name Joe Walcott? Once again, why did Arnold Cream adopt the name Joe Walcott? Rival say the answer is Palmer. Well, what I had saw said Henry Taylor. But one thing about it though, man, you know how it is with this boxing shit. When you see like different sources, sometimes you'll see different things, you know what I'm saying? But according to what I read, it was Henry Taylor. So if I'm not perfect with it, man, I apologize. D'Lo said he was 6-2 when they fought though, so he had already lost. Okay, so that's some information for me. I apologize for that. I got one wrong. On Rival say idolized Barbados Joe Walcott. Not that's really not the answer. Haplotype say, but I'm not saying that you way off, you just slightly off. You slightly off. So all right, that last one I'm gonna go back and change the answer to the Palmer guy then. So on Rival said it was Palmer. D'Lo said he was 6-2. So I'm gonna give that one to D'Lo. So I'm gonna give that one to D'Lo right there. And this one right here, y'all saying that he was his idol, but according to what I read, y'all are close, but y'all not right on the money. You know what I'm saying? But y'all close though. But it was I guess I'm gonna go ahead and get an answer so I can just keep it moving. I'm gonna go ahead and give it to Unrival. According to what I read, it's because his father idolized Barbados Joe Walcott. You know what I'm saying? It's because his dad. And reading that book, it's kind of interesting because a lot of the time when I read, the families normally discourage their children from fighting. But this is one of the rare times where I saw a father that actually supported his son fighting. He told his son's mother, well, his wife, that if Arnold Cream ever got the right training, he would become a champion one day. And he loved boxing, and he came from the islands too. You know what I'm saying? He was a bit of Barbados Joe Walcott. So I'm gonna get that to Unrival because he was the first person to say that shit. Okay, next question. What fighter was a cousin of Jersey Joe Walcott and went by the alias the Joplin Ghost? Once again, what fighter was a cousin of Jersey Joe Walcott and went by the alias the Joplin Ghost? Haplotype say he was first. I got Unrival right above you, bro. I got Unrival to say the idolized Barbados Joe Walcott right above you. And then I see you say, well, because Barbados Walcott was his idol. I ain't gonna cheat you, bro. I ain't gonna cheat you. I'm trying to keep the book straight. Once again, what fighter was a cousin of Jersey Joe Walcott and went by the alias the Joplin Ghost? And once again, after the live stream, all you got to do is go back and look in the comment section when they post it, and you will see the order that the comments came. You know what I'm saying? Haplotype got this shit. Not Haplotype, but Unrival got this shit. That'll be Jeff Clark. So that's another one for Unrival. Jeff Clark. Okay, next question. What is Jersey Joe Walcott's true last name? And I'm saying true. What's his true last name? Once again, what is Jersey Joe Walcott's true last name? I see y'all bringing up the rear with the Jeff Clark. Again, what is Jersey Joe Walcott's true last name? If somebody just come off the muscle and get that shit, I'll be impressed. What is Jersey Joe Walcott's true last name? I see y'all saying Cream, but that's actually not his true last name. King of Kings said Unrival spelled it wrong. Oh, come on, man. As long as you try, I ain't tripping on the exact spelling, bro. I see y'all saying Cream, man, but that's actually not his true last name. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to think about it like kind of like the Jewish fighters. Y'all remember the Jewish fighters? They would kind of have to change their last names up a little bit. A lot of our great fighters, like Joe Gans, that's not his real last name. His last name is Gant with a T at the end. You know what I'm saying? So that Cream is not his last name. They changed that name to make it more fitting, to make it more acceptable. It ain't nothing like that. It's kind of like Cream, but it's not like that. So think about Cream and think about a word that sounds similar to Cream, but it might not be thought of in a good way, especially if you're an immigrant coming to the United States. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about the type of shit that they accuse they accuse immigrants of, man. I pretty much just gave y'all the answer, man. I just said the goddamn answer, but I ain't say it all the way. Bruce Gold talking about Cream Dream. That sounds like a strain. You know what I'm saying? D-Lo say white. J1 Pro say crust. D-Lo, that one down there. Okay, Haplotype got that shit. That'll be Crime. His real last name was Crime. And they changed it to Cream because it's negative connotations or whatever I'm supposed to say that's associated with the word crime. But his real last name was Crime, not Cream. I'm gonna get at the Haplotype. Okay. Next question. Who is the youngest man to win the welterweight title? What's up to my boy Napoleon, man? Salute to you. D-Lo says, so you just gonna penalize me for spelling, man. I don't know if that's what you were trying to say, bro. It ain't hard to put an E on there. You know what I'm saying? Slow Grind said that's a raw name. They should have let him keep it. Haplotype say Wilfred Benitez. He won that shit. I don't know what the fuck I was looking at, man. Benitez won that belt at yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. I don't know what the fuck I was looking at, man. I might have wrote down the question wrong, but yeah, that's what I know to be the right answer too. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll with that shit. I'm rolling with Haplotype. Wilfred Benitez, L. Waiter. Unrival came back with the one that I got though. See, that's what fucked me up. Because what I was looking at, I got Pepino Cuevas at 18 years old. That's what I got. You know what I'm saying? Unrivaled is down there insisting that it's Pepino Cuevas, but that's what I got on mine. So I'm gonna give it to Unrivaled. I don't know what weight division Benitez won his at. I know he won it at 17. He must have won his at 140 or something. Because according to what I was reading, it was Pepino Cuevas. So I'm gonna go and give it to Unrivaled. Okay, Derek Bailey said Benitez won junior welter. Okay, that's what I was thinking. When y'all started saying Benitez, I got scared because I done already been wrong tonight. I ain't trying to pass out no wrong information. Believe it or not, I try my best in this motherfucker. Okay, next question. What fellow Michigan fighter inspired Tony Harrison's super bad Alias? D-Lo said El Radar 140. Okay. So I said a welterweight, you know what I'm saying? So that's Pepino Cuevas. Okay, what fellow Michigan fighter inspired Tony Harrison's super bad Alias? I got this one from that Rich, the boxing historian guy. I like his channel. He got some pretty cool documentaries on there. Derek Bailey say, what that, James Tony or something? No, sir. What fellow Michigan fighter inspired Tony Harrison's super bad Alias? Bruce Gold's got that shit. That'll be Bernard Mays. That's another one for Bruce Gold's. Good shit. Bernard Super Bad Mays. Okay, next question. The Barbados Demon knocked out what Jewish fighter who will go on to stop Jack Johnson in 3 rounds? And y'all historians don't go to tripping. I know sometimes I hear 4 rounds, but according to what I read, it said 3 rounds. So the Barbados Demon knocked out what Jewish fighter who will go on to stop Jack Johnson in 3 rounds? King said Benitez was 140, light welterweight. Yeah, we got it squared away, bro. It was Pepino Cuevas at 18 for 147 and El Radar at 17 for 140. The Barbados Demon knocked out what Jewish fighter who will go on to stop Jack Johnson in 3 rounds? I thought this one would probably be relatively easy. The Barbados Demon knocked out what Jewish fighter who will go on to stop Jack Johnson in 3 rounds? I think after the fight, they got their ass locked up too. Jack Johnson and this other guy. Unrivaled said he tired of waiting. He gonna come on with it. Joe Troinsky. So that's another one for Unrivaled. Joe Troinsky. Hold on. Okay, next question. What tough and slick fighter who is credited with inventing the shoulder roll, and that's according to Scrapbook Boxing, he say this shit all the time, did Joe Gans fight the day before his fight with Sam Langford? Once again, what tough and slick fighter who was credited with inventing the shoulder roll, according to Scrapbook Boxing, did Joe Gans fight the day before his fight with Sam Langford? Appletype said he knew that shit. I see you down there, King of King. Once again, what tough and slick fighter who is credited with inventing the shoulder roll did Joe Gans fight the day before his fight with Sam Langford? Unrivaled got another one. That'll be the great Dave Holly. I think he represented them Philly fighters and shit too. Unrivaled. There's another one for Unrivaled, McGregor. Okay, next question. What man is credited with naming boxing the sweet science? I done seen this a few times when I be reading them bare knuckle books and shit that I got. Well, I got one bare knuckle book, but I done read some other shit though, like some articles, you know what I'm saying? But once again, what man is credited with calling boxing the sweet science? I done seen it a few times. His initials are PE. Haplotype say Mendoza, he might have been the inspiration for it. But according to what I read, okay, Derek Bailey got this shit. That'd be Pierce Egan. He right above Unrivaled. That's another one for Derek Bailey. Good shit. Pierce Egan. Okay, okay, next question. We almost done to y'all. We coming down the back stretch. I ain't gonna hold y'all all night. But listen, what hand speed drill passed from Joe Gans to Jack Blackburn and eventually to Joe Louis? Once again, what hand speed drill passed from Joe Gans to Jack Blackburn and eventually to Joe Louis? Napoleon say the speed bag. No, sir. That's a guess. Once again, what hand speed drill passed from the great Joe Gans to the great Jack Blackburn and eventually to the great Joe Louis? Unrivaled, I'm surprised that you said that you plead the fifth on this one. I'm very surprised about that one. They say this was one of the secrets to Joe Louis's success because he was able to take the motion from this and transfer it into the ring. And this is another one big one for from Scrapbook too. I know I've been saying his name all night, but a lot of his questions come from Scrapbook. Matter of fact, it was the book that I read about Joe Gans recently talked about this too. Haplotype say pad work. This is something that's very unconventional. Like this ain't nothing that you ain't gonna go to the gym and do this. You know what I'm saying? Like this is something that's kind of out of the ordinary. I got 5 for Unrivaled. Give me another 5 and we gone. Just like that. Snap like Thanos. We gone. What hand speed drill passed from the great Joe Gans to the great Jack Blackburn and eventually to Joe Louis? One more 5 and we gone. Haplotype say catching ping pong balls. That's kind of close. Unrivaled say water boxing. No, sir. The closest that I've seen was Haplotype. Gil Cole said typing with your right hand. D-Lo say mitt work. Matter of fact, the first person I remember them talking about doing mitt work was actually Bruce Lee. Okay, Haplotype say catching flies. It didn't say nothing about catching flies with chopsticks, but it said that he catch flies. Matter of fact, Scrapbook got a video. He say that after they fought, Jack Blackburn and Joe Gans, they became cool, like some, I guess you could say friends. And Blackburn was visiting with Joe Gans one day, and Joe Gans had a big slab of meat hanging up in the backyard. And he took him outside and he showed him how to catch flies. And he said that Jack Blackburn couldn't catch the flies and shit at first. He was struggling. And Joe Gans, he was able to catch 2 and 3 flies at one time. But he taught it to Jack Blackburn, then Jack Blackburn taught it to Joe Louis. And that was one reason why Joe Louis had that short, little crisp, deliberate type of motion with his punches. You know what I'm saying? So that's according to Scrapbook. I thought it was an interesting story. And like I said, in the book that I read, they said the same thing, that Joe Gans was catching flies. So who was that? Haplotype. It wasn't with no chopsticks, but I'm going to give it to Haplotype. Okay, next question. In Joe Gans's day, what was the best way for black fighters to get noticed? Bruce Gold said he good at catching flies. D-Lo said Bruce Lee did that shit too. I ain't surprised, man. Bruce Lee, he seemed like he was a student of the combat game. So he might have learned that shit from Joe Gans or something. Ain't no telling. Once again, in Joe Gans's day, what was the best way for black fighters to get noticed? I see D-Lo had came with the catching flies too. He was a little bit too late. Once again, in Joe Gans's day, and it ain't just Joe Gans's day, it's a lot of their day. What was the best way for black fighters to get noticed? Bruce Gold talking about sign with Aaron. Yeah, I'm talking about Joe Gans, but you can also say the same thing for Sidney Porter or whatever the fuck his name was, talking about Bojack. Haplotype say the battle royale. Yeah, that shit was fucked up, but that was the best way for the black fighters to get noticed back in them days. So that's another one for Haplotype, the battle royale. Okay, next question. Who did Joe Gans defeat for the lightweight title in 1902? D-Lo said the battle royale was like the draft. King said lose to the white guys. Well, sometimes they'll have to go out there and do something like that if they want to get a shot at the title or something. Once again, who did Joe Gans defeat for the lightweight title in 1902? His initials are F.E. J1 Pro says, I knew it was going to be buck dancing. Well, I don't really consider that buck dancing. Well, I'm not no buck dancing expert. Well, I know they had to get off in there and fight in some fucked up conditions. It'd be 7 guys in there or some shit like that. A lot of the time they'd be blindfolded and have to fight. I even heard some crazy stories, like even from Scrapbook, he'll say they'll be fighting near water moccasins and be in fucked up conditions. On Rival got that shit. That'll be Frank Earn. I lost my spot. I think that's what his name was. Yeah, Frank Earn. So that's another one for Rival. Good shit. Next question. Chicago referee George Saller discovered what great fighter in a battle royale in 1899? I see y'all pulling up the rear D-Lo and Derek Bailey. Once again, Chicago referee George Saller discovered what great fighter in a battle royale in 1899? Once again, Chicago referee George Saller discovered what great fighter in a battle royale in 1899? Haplotype say George Dixon. No, sir. No, sir, not George Dixon. Okay, D-Lo came back with it. That'll be the great Jack Johnson. D-Lo got that shit. Jack Johnson. Jack Johnson. Okay, next question. Okay. Who is said to be the earliest documented American pugilist? And the date goes back to 1788. Once again, who is the earliest documented American pugilist? And it goes back to 1788. If y'all just come with the last name, I think he is related to a fighter that we all done heard of. You know what I'm saying? But once again, who is said to be, and I say said to be because it'd be kind of hard for me to just be going all in when I see this kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's what's known. But it said who is said to be the earliest documented American pugilist, and it goes back to the year 1788. Gil Cole said Humphreys. On Rival Boxing Talk say Richmond. No, sir. That's a good guess though. But he actually was having his real fights in over there in the UK. But I know that he did have some fights with some soldiers while he was still in the United States, while he was still in Staten Island or wherever he was. I know he got into it with some sailors, but he actually had his first pugilistic contest in the UK. This is somebody that was fighting over here in the United States. You know what I'm saying? And his initials are ZTM. ZTM are his initials. And they're not exactly sure who they're referencing when they talk about this guy. So it's like 2 people that they done kind of narrowed it down that it might be. So once again, who is said to be the earliest documented American pugilist? And his initials are ZTM. Napoleon say Donnelly. That sounds kind of familiar. I don't know why, but I don't know who that is off the top of my head. If y'all don't know and like I said, man, y'all I said that Richmond was a good guess. So come back with the other name that's kind of in that realm, and you're gonna get the question right. You know what I'm saying? Gil Cole. Gil Cole talking about Luis Ortiz. That motherfucker ain't that old, man. Come on. D-Lo talking about Mays. What's the other name that's kind of like Bill Richmond? That's in that same realm. Okay, Unrival say Tom Molyneux. So look, I'm gonna give it to Unrival. The answer is Zachary Thomas Molyneux. That's the name, Zachary Thomas Molyneux. Some people are saying that they think that might be referencing to the father of Tom Molyneux. Yeah, I think that they said that they thinking that this Zachary Thomas Molyneux is the father of the Tom Molyneux that we all know about. You know what I'm saying? But Zachary Thomas Molyneux is the earliest documented American pugilist. Okay, next question. Hold on. D-Lo said he was in England, I thought. Yeah, Tom Molyneux did go to England, but he was over here fighting as a slave before he went to England. Matter of fact, he supposed to have a fight where he won his freedom by, pretty much. I think they said he got his freedom in like $500 or some shit, and he came to the UK so he can get some more fights. But next question. What 1849 fight is recognized as the first championship fight in the United States? Once again, what 1849 fight is recognized as the first championship fight in the United States? And the initials of the contestants were YS and TH. And Napoleon said that was 1784. Okay. I saw 1788. Rival said fought his way out of slavery. Absolutely. Said he won the big fight. Said, man, if you win this one, man, I'm gonna give you your freedom. I think they said the guy bet like $100 grand. And Tom Molyneux won the fight. He got his freedom and $500 to walk on. Okay, D-Lo said Hire and Sullivan. Absolutely. Yankee Sullivan versus Tom Hire. When I read it, it didn't register in my mind. But yeah, Yankee Sullivan versus Tom Hire in 1849 is recognized as the first championship fight in the United States. So that's D-Lo. Good shit. Good shit, my brother. Okay, next question. What great fighter is credited with helping Joe Gans master his short, straight punches? Once again, what great fighter is credited with helping Joe Gans master his short, straight punches? And he definitely was an all-time great. And he's been mentioned today already earlier. They say they used to travel around with each other a little bit. They had like some mutual respect for each other. But what great fighter is credited with helping Joe Gans master his short, straight punches? D-Lo say Cox. I don't even know who the fuck Cox is, bro. Haplotype say that young Griffo dude. I had read about him fighting that young Griffo. I think they said, where he say he come from? He come from Australia or something like that. But they had a pre-arranged draw. Joe Gans and young Griffo. And that fight right there is what put Joe Gans on the map, according to the book that I read. But that's not the answer to the question that I'm saying. Napoleon said Tom Sayers. No. The Hire family is like the earliest boxing white family that's documented, according to what I saw. Like the earliest one is this guy named Jacob Hire. I got to go back and look at my shit, but I think he was like the grandfather of this Tom Hire. But yeah, Jacob Hire, he go back even further, but we talking about the championship fight but not like a world championship fight. We talking about like the championship of America. We going back to some straight up bare knuckle times. You know what I'm saying? But once again, what great fighter is credited with helping Joe Gans master his short straight punches, and his initials are BF. And I ain't talking about a bitch fit. I'm talking about one of the greatest. Haplotype says Sayers was different than Higher. Higher was a badass. Yeah, I heard of the Sayers. I think you got a video about, I think, what his name? Tom Sayers or some shit. I think you got a video about Sayers on your channel, Haplotype. Yeah, I ain't talking about him. I'm talking about the Higher family. But this guy's initials on this question right here are BF. And he one of the greatest fighters of all time. Gil Coles got this shit. That'll be the great Bob Fitzsimmons. So that's another one for Gil Coles. And that makes sense because he had them short, compact type of punches too. You know what I'm saying? Like that solar plexus punch that he landed on James Corbett. Next question. Why did Joe Gans, hold on. Okay, this is according to what I saw in this book, but I'm gonna ask the motherfucker anyway. According to this book that I read about Joe Gans, why didn't Joe Gans challenge for the featherweight title? Haplotype said, yeah, Sayers fought Heenan. I thought I had watched the video about Sayers on your channel. Y'all subscribe to Haplotype if y'all like the bare knuckle boxing history. I need to get my ass back over there and tighten up on my game too. Once again, why didn't Joe Gans challenge for the featherweight title? And the answer to this question, if it's true, because like I said, I got it out this book, but the answer to this question would definitely be frowned upon today. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't be trying to hear that shit today. But that's according to the book I read, man. Why didn't Joe Gans challenge for the featherweight title? And this ain't the type of question I can give you no initial. We almost done with this too. We got after this question, we got 3 more questions and it's a wrap. Haplotype say couldn't get a shot. Well, hell, he was actually if you think about what was going on with the featherweight championship back then, it was probably a time where he had his best shot at getting a shot. You know what I'm saying? Like if you think about who was a champion back then. But like I said, the reason D-Lo say money, like I said, the reason will be frowned upon heavily today. Slow grind was, so we say racism. No, y'all got to think about who the featherweight champion was back then. Napoleon said Gans wasn't lightweight. He wasn't lightweight the whole time. He started off at featherweight, then he went up to lightweight. Joe Gans, bad motherfucker. Gil Cole said other side of the street. I might get a 5 out of y'all, man. D-Lo say best friend. And that's what the book said. He said that he didn't challenge for the featherweight title because him and the champion, George Dixon, who was a black champion from Canada, they said that him and Joe Gans was real good friends. So Joe Gans didn't challenge him for his championship. He had too much love for George Dixon. So yeah, that's what D-Lo say, friends on. So that's one for D-Lo. Okay, next question. What caused boxing to be outlawed in Illinois for a quarter century and almost led to the demise of boxing? Once again, what caused boxing to be outlawed in Illinois for a quarter century and almost led to the demise of boxing? Haplotype said, Lord, he was on that AB. Well, that's according to the book, man. That's according to the book. D-Lo said, gambling, corruption, no, sir. It was a specific thing that took place that had everybody tripping. Appetite said young McDonald died in 1917. It wasn't quite that serious. D-Lo said prohibition, ring death, nothing like that. It wasn't that serious. Didn't nobody get hurt like that. I guess I could say literally. Didn't nobody get hurt. So think about that, what I'm saying. Didn't nobody get hurt? Why did what caused boxing to be outlawed in Illinois for a quarter century and almost led to the demise of boxing? And understand, I'm talking in Joe Gans' day. Gil Cole said rig. I'm gonna go and give it to Gil Cole. I'm gonna give it to Gil Cole so we can keep it moving. I'm almost done. But it was called the Chicago Fight Fix. And Joe Gans, he took a dive against Terry McGovern. And that had everybody going crazy about whether boxing should be allowed and shit if it's gonna be all this BS going on. You know what I'm saying? So it was the Chicago Fight Fix. Joe Gans took a dive versus Terry McGovern. What's up, the Spirit of Justice? Salute to you. Appetite said smoking too much wedding cake. I ain't even got no wedding cake. But yeah, I gave it to Gil Coles already. Okay, next question. Who was the first man to become a celebrity movie star? D-Lo said gambling, corruption. I understand when they fix a fight, it is for gambling, corruption. Well, come on, man. Why you got to take me all around the block? If you want to talk about a fight being fixed, just say the fight got fixed, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got to take me all around the solar system and all around the galaxy and shit just to give me a simple answer. Come on, man. D-Lo talking about, yeah, you gave it to him. Man, come on. Eric R talking about Joe Lewis. That's a guess. Bam Bam Tweed. Salute to you. He said Ali. That's a good guess. Haplotype said Jack Dempsey. No, sir. No, sir. Those some good guesses, though. Eric R said Sugar Ray Robinson. What's up with you, bro? It ain't Sugar Ray, though. This guy's initials are JC. D-Lo said it's bigger than just fixing fights. I'm mad. but it was specifically a fight that got fixed, though, man. Come on. Napoleon said Mickey Rourke. I don't even know who that is. D-Lo said, what's the question? The question is, who was the first man to become a celebrity movie star? So think about when movies and shit first came out. You know, well, think about when cinema first came out. You know, it was real easy just to take a camera, get a ring, get two men to get in the ring, have them move around and fight a little bit, and then boom, we got something that we can sell to the public. So who was the first person to take advantage of that? And I will say it's hard to watch because I done watched it before. And one of the motherfuckers is fighting in some, I don't even know how you explain it, like he fighting in a thong or something. So I can't watch it for that long. You know, I like to call myself a young historian in training, but I can't watch the fighters when they be fighting in them thongs and shit. Well, this is one of them situations, you know what I'm saying? Napoleon say, man or a boxer. It was a boxer. A boxer was the first movie star.
Hey, slow grind talking about Jesus Christ.
We ain't going quite that far. Haplotype got that shit. That'll be James Corbett. Haplotype got that, man. James Corbett. I can't remember who he was in the ring with, but he was moving around in that thong and shit. Okay, this the last question right here. Hold on. Oh, yeah, this one kind of throw it off. Y'all probably gonna give me a 5 on that one. Yeah, go on, get your 5 ready. What did the characters in The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, published in 1900, represent? And that's according to the Joe Gans book that I read. And they did a real big thing about this in the book too. Like they had a whole bunch of illustrations and all kind of shit to explain this. So it seemed like it's something that they feel very strongly. Even though I was kind of surprised to read it. You know what I'm saying? Haplotype say Dempsey and Leonard were in movies, but that's way after. Well, you got the question right, so I know you ain't gonna argue against yourself. D'Lo say little people boxing, sumo boxing, no sir. It's a little bit darker than that. What did the characters in The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, published in 1900, represent? And y'all think about the characters. Think about what the characters needed. Haplotypes say cowards, dummies, and weakness. No, sir, it's a little bit darker than that. Think about what the characters needed. You know what I'm saying? Like what their problems was, what they was missing. What did the characters in The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, published in 1900, represent? D'Lo said the Holocaust. That's pretty goddamn dark. Spirit of Justice say black people. If I don't see nothing better, I'm gonna give it to Spirit of Justice. That's not exactly what I want to see. You know what I'm saying? But Haplotype say slaves, and not my opinion. Haplotype say heartbrain and courage. So who is missing heartbrains and courage? I'm saying that I'm holding on to Spirit of Justice. If I don't see nothing better, I'm gonna give it to him. D'Lo say slavery. No, not slavery. They said we are a boxing channel. We talking about boxing now. I ain't gonna take y'all off the path too strong. This is still a boxing question, even though it don't seem like it. Eric R say free black people. No, I'm pretty sure they wasn't too happy with them either. Bam Bam tweet said slaves, no brain, no heart or courage. You up in there? Haplotype say Jack Johnson. So okay, Jack Johnson is one of the people that coincides with this. What did they say about Jack Johnson? What did they say about him? What matter of fact, all of the black the black defensive fighters back in those days, they would talk down on them, but they would give props to people like Jim Corbett that had the same type of defensive type of style. You know what I'm saying? Spirit of Justice, give me that W. All right, I'm gonna go and give it Spirit of Justice. The characters that needed the heart and the hold on, what is it? I just saw it. The heart, the brains, and the courage. They supposed to represent black fighters of the era. You know what I'm saying? So they said that the black fighters, they had the yellow streak, so they lacked the courage. They said that they was dumb. They was like animals. You know what I'm saying? So that was like having no brains. And then they said they didn't have no get up and go. They was all lazy, sitting around doing shit. If you go to the body, they'll fold up on you. So that's not having no heart. You know what I'm saying? And they said that the guy that wrote the Wizard of Oz, he was big in boxing. Like he was a big boxing fan. So his story was like a representation of black fighters of the day, of the time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I see y'all talking about the yellow stripe and the yellow streak and stuff like that. Yeah, that's what they said about Jack Johnson. So I went on ahead and gave that the Spirit of Justice. I said if didn't nobody come with nothing better, that's what I was gonna go ahead and roll with. Okay, so that was the last question. I'm about to go ahead and count it up and see who won today. Just looking off the top, I got me 2-5. First one is Bruce Goals. I'm gonna say 1. I'm gonna go and do it right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I see 6 for Bruce Goals today. Haplotype said, I said yellow first, Bam Bam. Oh, you talking to that guy right there? Okay. I thought you calling me a Bam Bam. I'm about to say what the hell that mean, bye. Okay, next is D-Lo. D-Lo got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7 for D-Lo. So he made his presence felt. Slow Grind said, oh, and that's why they were on the yellow brick road. Yep, exactly. That's why I forgot about that shit. That's a good point. That's why they was on the yellow brick road. That's what they were saying in the book, too. Okay, the next one is J1 Pro Da Vinci. That's an artist. 1. I know he at least got 2 and 3. I think that's all he got. He got 3 of them. If I find some more, I'll amend it. Next question. On Rival Boxing. On Rival got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 for Unrival. Good shit. Look like that's the winner for the day. See what Haplotype got to say about it. Haplotype got 1, 2, 3, 4. I just see 4 for Haplotype. See what Gil Cole got to say about it. I see another one for J1 Pro. So that take him from 3 to 4. Gil Cole's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, Gil Cole got him a respectable showing with 6. My boy King of Kings got him 1, 2 on them, boy. King got him 2. Derek Bailey. My boy Derek Bailey got him 1, 2. Got him 2 on them, boy. And Spirit of Justice got him 1. He said, man, don't try to fuck me out my 1 point. God damn, Vic. Shit, let me go and get my 1.
Spirit of Justice. Put him up. Put him up.
Yeah.
Talking about the Cowardly Lion and Wizard of Oz used to say.
Yeah. And then we got 5 got the spot 3 times. They're my favorite ones of all when I can get y'all to say a 5. Marlo got in 1 earlier. Let me make sure that's it. So it looked like the winner is Unrivaled. D-Lo got 7, Bruce Goals, and Gil Coles was tied for 6. J1 Pro Da Vinci and Haplotype both got 4. King of Kings and Derek Bailey got 2. The 5 got the spot 3 times. Spirit of Justice and Marlo both got 1. So that's what it is, you know what I'm saying? Spirit of Justice said plus the line always said put him up. Yeah, that's what Marlo was just talking about. Haplotype on Unrivaled was here longer and he's young. Minus 14, goddamn. Haplotype talking about the yellow 5. That sound like that shit they used to put in Mountain Dew back in the day. That yellow 5. They say if you drank that shit, it make your dick shrink back in the day. Hey man, we ain't gonna hold y'all all night, man. I'm about to go get me something to eat. Marlo got to get up in the morning and go to work. I've been saying we're gonna get the trivia done, so I want to come here and get that done. I'm gonna get to work on some new stuff. I'm gonna be careful too, because I know that I had at least one question wrong today. That was that Henry Taylor off the top of my head. I think that's the only one I got wrong. But I'm gonna be careful though, man. But I'm gonna go ahead and start working on that. We're gonna probably be calling fights this weekend. We got that young kid, that Vito Mielnicki kid. I think he from New York. I know he like 147 and 22 amateur. He do got that one loss. He didn't get a chance to avenge it. The guy that beat him ended up losing to Joey Spencer in his last fight. But I think we got him fighting this weekend. We also got Joey Spencer also fighting this weekend. So we got a chance to go out there and see what's up with the prospects, the young guys. I think that should be pretty cool. It's going to be on TV. It's going to be on Fox. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we're going to be in here calling fights. If you can, check out the fights tomorrow. There's going to be in Australia. It seems like it might be something on Friday, too, if I ain't mistaken. I know we got a bunch of questions on the Champ Ross. And one more time, me and Marlo came in second and third place on them boys. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we had went out there and put a foot in their ass one time. But I ain't gonna talk y'all to death, man. I'm just over here talking shit, man. Much love to everybody. I'll catch y'all on the next one.
Real talk, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all know we come through and chill. Look forward to these days, man. We don't do it much. Appreciate y'all for coming through, showing support, man. Participating, sharing y'all knowledge. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night, man. See y'all this weekend. Until next time, don't forget to tell them haters and trolls, the fuck out my gym.
You
Peace.
heard him. Gia.